Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to our talk show. Today we will talk about the wetland of Bangladesh and its functions. Today's our honorable guest is Nur Al Nashib. He is from Bangladesh University of Professionals. He is a post-graduation student and his subject is environmental science and management. First, we want to know from you about the definition of a wetland.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Thank you for inviting me in this talk show. First, we will know about the definition of wetland. What is wetland? Wetlands are dynamic aquatic ecosystem found all over the world. A wetland is an area of land that is saturated with water either permanently or seasonally.
Now, would you please clarify about the functions, service, and benefits of wetland?
Okay, well, you asked good questions. Wetlands serve many functions. They are particularly valuable components of the ecosystem. Most of these stem from their habitat for fish and wildlife, as well as for protecting water quality, erosion prevention, flood stores, and recreation. Their cleaning power provides natural pollution control, and the way they filter and collect sediment from runoff water helps prevent mud from colic lakes and reservoir downstream. Wetlands help slow water flows, reducing downstream soil erosion. Many wetlands temporarily store water, allowing it to percolate into the ground or evaporate. This can reduce the peak flooding after a storm. Wetlands shelter and feed thousands of different plants and animals, including many that are threatened and endangered. Some services and benefits from wetlands. Clean water. Wetlands help clean the water that passes through them before it releases stream, rivers, and the ocean. Water supply. Water supply is a very important to living things. Wetlands help replace water in groundwater sources and reservoirs by holding it after rainfall and slowly releasing it into the ground. Habitat. Wetlands are incredibly important to a huge variety of animals and plants that could not exist without them. Plants, insects, fish, birds, and mammals. Fun. Wetlands are a great place for recreation because of the variety of wetlands and the plants and animals that live there. People like to visit wetlands to fish, boat, hunt, hike, camp, take pictures, and relax. Erosion control. Wetlands slow down soil erosion by slowing the speed of the water passing through them when streams overflow into wetlands. Flood control. Wetlands give rainwater a place to go. They hold water from heavy rain events. The events help and prevent flooding in nearby areas. Food. Wetlands are a good source of food production. Medicine. Lot of medicine have been developed from discoveries made in wetlands. Rest area. Wetlands provide resting location for migrating birds like tundra swan, songbirds, and more.
Please tell us about the description of wetland in Bangladesh and its distribution and its classification and its biodiversity and wetland economic benefits and social benefits.
Thank you. Asked a good question. Description about the wetlands in Bangladesh, dis- distribution, classification, biodiversity, economic benefits, and social benefits. Okay, I will answer it. Bangladesh possesses an enormous area of wetlands, including river, stream, freshwater lakes and marshes, our bows, bills, water storage reservoir, fish ponds, flooded cultivated fields, and many others. Geographically distribution, the total area under wetlands in Bangladesh has been variously estimated at 7 to 8 million hectares, which is about 50% of the total land surface. There are two types of wetlands: open water wetlands and closed water wetlands. Open water wetlands such as rivers, Haur, Baurs, Kaptai Lake, etc. And closed water uh, wetlands are ponds, Baur, etc. There are few types of wetlands such as saltwater wetland, freshwater wetland, and man-made wetlands. The total area of wetland in Bangladesh is about 7 to 8 million hectares, which constitute about 50% of the land surface of the country. Wetlands of Bangladesh encompasses house, bows, bills, fish pond, and digging, flooded rice land, and flood plains. natural lakes, man-made reservoirs, and coastal and marine areas. For now, about two-thirds of people in Bangladesh depend on wetlands for a variety of purposes, including water, food production, fishing, livestock grazing, bird hunting, firewood, medicine plant, wild food, honey, waterway transportation, harvesting gases and sea waste, and tourism business.
Okay, now please tell us about the wetland restoration process.
Okay, you asked a good question about the wetland restoration. When we talk about the nature-based solution, that is protecting, managing, restoring, or creating ecosystem for the benefit of the people and biodiversity, we almost always think of wilderness or the rural areas. We think of famous forests like the Sundarban, large wetland like Hakalagi Haor of the Bangladesh Forest Department. If we take Hathirjil integrated development project in Dhaka, and after approximately 250 million project which ran for 6 years, it basically mixed both engineered infrastructure and natural based solutions. The restored Jhil and Begunbari Khal have im- improved stormwater management of Dhaka and made aquatic biodiversity better. It is also increased green and open space in our busy capital. Now let us shift our focus from large cities to our small towns, especially those which are vulnerable to climate change. If we can restore the degraded wetlands outside such towns, stormwater could get stored there without causing waterlogging. First, our municipalities, city corporation, and development partners should ensure that the national-based solution is an integral part of our urban development strategies. Second, our funding and implementing agencies should follow available standard guidelines for natural-based solution while designing and implementing natural-based projects in urban areas.
At the end of our show, please concluding about the topic.
At the last of our talk show, we talk about the conclusion. Most of the wetland losses in the western part of the city are associated with an urgent need for shelter by the less favored urban population, and growth takes the form of informal settlement. In the long run, this informal growth and the destroying the wetland ecology, reducing the area and the segmenting the integrity of the wetlands. Woodland loss can be viewed in the several ways. The most obvious type of the wetland loss is the conversion of the jurisdictional wetland to a non-jurisdictional status. In addition, drainage in Dhaka city is strictly controlled by land relief and hence by gravitational drainage. Special care should be given to the development and alternation of the existing water bodies so that natural hydrological conditions can cope to the artificial structural actions. Water management must be the first concern for any development in Dhaka city because of its natural settings. And almost all the time people suffer from water and for water in a growing megacity. Thank you everyone.